What up? It's your boy T-Bear here in reaction. Today I'm starting some WrestleMania videos, well too, along with Music Monday, as well as what's going to try to do this through the week though, including my reaction to the days well too. So I just got finished re-recording the top 10 greatest wrestling opening matches of all time of ever. Now let's see. Now, like I said, WrestleMania is a great show, but sometimes not everything is great on WrestleMania. So we're now gonna look at the bad of WrestleMania, which is one of the bads of WrestleMania. We'll take a look at some of them down the week, though. Hopefully, I can be able to do all of them, mostly from partsFUNknown. But anyway, we'll take a look at top 10 worst WrestleMania opening matches ever, though. Now, these matches will almost kind of ruin the pay-per-view for you anyway, because your opening match should always, like I said in the last video, your opening match should be just as good as your closing match as well too, and vice versa. You're right. One time, leave the bad matches in between. I mean, for the folks who, the petty folks who like call them piss break matches and all that though, but you do not want to open your match, your pay-per-view with a bad match though. Even on WrestleMania, on WWE 2K23's 2K20 in general, GM modes will get your rating down for having a poor opening as much as a poor finale. Well, other than that, let's check out the poor openings of WrestleMania matches. 10 of the poor openings of WrestleMania with 10 worst WrestleMania opening matches. Let's get it. From partsFUNknown.
The most important part of a movie is how it's...
Hold on. Before I go forward, let me make sure I got the what's the name up? I got the correct up. Here we go. Alright. You know, I'm gonna do on 48 on this one. That's not bad. That's all. Just to show how much the worst to give it the worst treatment. Anyway, let's keep going.
The most important part of a movie is how it starts. Odds are, if you look at your favorite movies, they have an awesome opening.
Facts.
Star Wars, The Dark Knight, Fellowship of the Ring, Inception. You gotta hook the audience and set the tone. And you could make the argument that the same is true in wrestling. Yes, many people will likely point to the main event as the most important match on a wrestling show because it is all about how you leave them, but how a show starts can have just as much of an impact on the night's proceedings as how it ends. Nothing quite takes the air out of a building quite like a dud of an opener, and there is nowhere that applies to more than WrestleMania. We've already done our lists of the best and worst main events, but now we shall close out our pairing of best and worst opening matches with this list. I draw the short straws around here, it seems, but I'm Tempest, hailing from partsFUNknown, and these are the 10 worst WrestleMania opening matches ever. But before we get on with our list, make sure, of course, that you like this video, subscribe, and enable notifications to always on so you never miss a fun list just like it. And make sure you check out Adam's list of the 10 best WrestleMania opening matches. I bet it's a little bit cheerier than this one's gonna be. Number 10, the Usos.
I had to look it up, see if they do. It was only last year, so I went from last year. They don't have no most recent one. But oh yeah, and he's mentioned that on the greatest how that's bad. Yes, it was unfortunate right there. Glad they put it on 10 instead of higher up, because it was unfortunate how that happened because of the injury. So let's keep going.
Versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs, WrestleMania 38 Night 1. Oh man, this one isn't their fault. A lot of the matches on this list will feature incompetence in some form or another, whether that be the incompetence of the workers involved or the idiot who put them together. In this match, however, it merely comes down to the incompetence of Rick Boogs' quads. Boogs and Nakamura were a fun one-note act, even if the one...
I really thought they was going to be probably the one. I think they were probably the one. They probably slated to throw the Usos. I really thought that if that injury didn't happen, I think they would have had them to throw the Usos because they were so over though. The Usos might have got back later, but I feel like they was going to throw it though. But when that happened, they like fuck it, might as well go along with a record for them as well too.
One note was Boogs playing several notes of Nakamura's entrance, and this was shaping up to be a perfectly adequate tag team match until Rick Boogs tried to muscle up both Usos at once, only for his quad to completely give out under the sheer weight of two Usos. I really feel for the guy. Imagine you're as excited as possible for your first ever WrestleMania, and your night ends in a hospital bed knowing you're going to be out for a long, long time. Just heartbreaking. Thankfully, he's back now, but this was the end of the night for the artist formerly known as Eric Buchanan, as Nakamura and the Usos struggled to the finish, fumbling their way through an unfortunately unsavable match. Number 9, Kane and the Big Show versus Carlito and Chris Masters, WrestleMania 20.
Who the hell thought it was a good idea to have a match? First off, nothing against Kane and Big Show. And nothing against Carlito and Chris Masters. But who thought it was a good idea to have Carlito and Chris Masters in an opening competition for WrestleMania? They're not even that marquee of a tag team, to be honest. They were good at the time, but for as a tag team, I mean, I guess the star power was for Kane and Big Show, but but like I said, star power is good, but who you place against can also be effective as well too. Who thought that was a good idea?
Me too. Let me just tell you, tag team matches do not come out of this list looking good. When your babyface team is a pair of monster giants, your psychology is probably going to be a bit backwards. Sure enough, this is one of them backwards matches where the heels get cheered because they're the underdogs and the babyfaces get booed because they're the...
Oh, I don't know about that part right there, but the fact that they were like the dominant babyfaces at the time and they're going to get some heels that's under them, that would have made a middle of the night match, not no opening match. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, like I said, and I'm not following what he's saying with the chilling for the heel and booing with the face. You know, don't play that, but still. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
Obstacle to overcome. Kane has his working boots here, hitting a drop kick and a flying clothesline to the outside, but Big Show is indeed the Big Show, bringing the pace to a crawl whenever he can.
Yeah, that's
and
the other
Carlito
thing
and Chris
too.
Masters don't do much to warm up the crowd because that's not their role in the match. This match is just a prime example of WWE's apathy towards real tag teams during the Ruthless Aggression era, to the point that it makes me want to go on TV next to Mike Myers and say WWE doesn't care about tag teams.
I'm laughing at this more. One, because of the reference. Two, I made a meme using the Kanye and Michael Myers thing, saying that same shit. Vince, not WWE. Vince man don't care about tag teams because I said that and with a couple, but yeah, I said that shit. I made a meme. It's probably still in my community. It's probably in my community. That exact meme I made, but still, that's funny. He says
WrestleMania 22 is a pretty solid Mania, what with a Money in the Bank ladder match, Edge and Foley, HBK scalping Vince, a good, albeit short world title triple threat, but the opener was not one of the highlights. Number 8, Big Bossman and Bull Buchanan versus D'Lo Brown and the Godfather.
Again, bringing it back. Who the hell thought this was a good idea for an opening match? I got love for D'Lo and Godfather. They're my favorite duos of all time, especially as faces. Bossman and Bull Buchanan, shout out to Brooks Jensen as well too. That's his pops. A good dominant team, but why an opening match? I guess like I said, at the time, opening match wasn't that important then at the time, but still, why you would have that as an opening matchup for a WrestleMania match? Like, come on now. Like, that would have been a nice little middle of match for folks that would love to see the match or for the dickheads won't call it a piss break, but not an opening match. No.
Father, WrestleMania 2000. The most interesting thing about this match is looking at D'Lo Brown and Bull Buchanan dressed up as their partners. As is the case with many Mania openers, the crowd wants to give this a chance because they're at WrestleMania and they want to be excited and have fun, but by the end there just isn't anything to be excited about. Buchanan gives D'Lo a bear hug at one point that is really just a big cuddle. It looks quite sweet, actually. The team being managed for the night by Ice-T doesn't even win.
Oh, that's right. They lost. Not only won, but yeah, they had Ice-T with rapping Godfather's theme. Yep, this is around Aggression came out.
Does the celebrity guest manager not even manage his team to a win? I don't have any real thoughts on Bull Buchanan, honestly. Just a dude. WrestleMania 2000 is a bad Mania with a semi-dated three-way ladder match to keep it afloat nowadays, and boy, does this opener sure not help matters. Christ, Jerry Lawler on commentary is having a field day with the women of the night who have agency at ringside. Just an all-time bad commentary performance during an all-time bad Mania opener. Number 7, Show Miz versus Truth and Wisdom, WrestleMania 26. WrestleMania 26 is a solid WrestleMania regardless of what Luke says, but it sure does not start hot. You know what will really get the crowd amped for your biggest show of the year? A 3-minute match where dick all happens and the heels win. Imagine waiting all year to wrestle at WrestleMania and being told you have 3 minutes. The entrances were longer. This is about the lowest point for WWE Tag Team Wrestling.
Yeah,
you have the straight-to-DVD sequel of Jericho and Show Miz taking on the anti-chemistry vacuum of R-Truth and John Morrison, and you will not find a worse...
Didn't Miz and Truth end up tagging each other right after that too? Funny, right?
display of tag team cohesion than John Morrison kicking Big Show, causing him to nearly fall onto R-Truth's head. The match never gets out of first gear. At least one time I was watching pay-per-views like that. Big Show just bops Morrison in the head and wins before anyone could even finish their overpriced hot dogs. I cannot believe this is the only WrestleMania encounter between The Miz and John Morrison, despite all of the history they have shared. WrestleMania, baby, woo! Number 6, Lex Luger and British Bulldog versus the Blue Brothers.
That's what they named, damn Blue Brothers, man. This is what they wasn't thinking around this time. Yeah, the Blue Brothers. Lex Luger and British Bulldog was good guys. Were good team though, but against the Blue Brothers at the opening what's the name, and that's why a lot of people say why this one wasn't their best, one of their best ones, but still, the Blue Brothers really, out of all teams you had them, if you want to have them against the Blue Brothers, that should be a middle match too though. It was some question though. That whole day, it had some good matches, just questionable timing and like spots for these matches. Because I actually remember, I didn't watch as much, but I remember the card for that. It was questionable. I will tell you that right there. The card wasn't as questionable, just the slots of the cards was questionable as well too.
WrestleMania 11. Lord above, WrestleMania 11 is a bad show. At the very least, the crowd seems alive for this opening match, which is more than I can say about most matches on this list, but maybe the people of Hartford, Connecticut were just still in shock that WWE actually decided to hold WrestleMania in Hartford, Connecticut.
That's
this
one.
Match starts with the Allied...
And two, this is one where LT, Lawrence Taylor, was facing Bam Bam Bigelow. That's the other thing, too.
Is immediately power slamming the Blue Brothers on top of each other in a Nazi tattooed heap, and I can't exactly say that it got better from there. The Blue Brothers look untrained at points here.
Oh my God!
Can't bump, can't do.
Thank God they became the sons of, what was the fucking name? Change the 8-ball of the DOA. They got better as DOA, but Blues Brothers, they sucked. They sucked at the Blues Brothers. My goodness. But LA Power, I was a fan of LA Power. Bulldog and Les Luger, I was a fan of them though. Their entrance was lovely, but the Blue Brothers, oh my God, it's horrible.
Do things safely.
Shout out to Zeb Coulter.
It is incredible to see how far Lex Luger's stock had fallen in WWE by this point. SummerSlam 93 seems primed to beat Yokozuna and win the WWE title. Wins the 94 Rumble, is in a WWE title match at WrestleMania 10, then 1 year later he's in the opening tag match against whatever the Blue Brothers even were. Bad. Bad is what they were.
Yeah,
Number 5, the new Blackjacks versus the Godwinns versus the Headbangers versus Phil LaFon and Doug Furnas.
Yeah. D was right. Tag teams getting bad rep on this. Because a lot of these are tag teams. A lot of these are tag team matches that's getting these that's in here. And that's a bad rep right there. Because again, they wasn't thinking at the time. This is I guess he wasn't, this is around the time he wasn't caring about I think that's not the one with was it 13 or 12? 13 was the it was 13 was the good one. This is when Austin and Brett had the double turn. But yeah, this one to compare to that and the closing match, that would have been that wasn't even the closing match. And the closing match was Sid and Luger. Sid and Luger, fucking Sid and Undertaker. To be honest, well, I guess it had to be the secondary match. I guess that time they wasn't doing big openers, though they had secondary to the main or anything. Because to be honest, you want a good opener. The Austin and Bret Hart match has been opener. To be honest, my opinion, at least it's been the opener.
But WrestleMania 13. What the f is this set of rules? You know how these days when WWE does a 4-way tag, the people in the match can tag out to other teams to keep the action one-on-one? I know some people don't like that style, but I can understand why they do it. Keeps things far less chaotic, more straightforward, easy to follow, less bodies lying around. I get it. What I do not get, however, is in this match where one headbanger starts the match and then his opponent tags in the other headbanger, and commentary proceeds to say that the headbangers must fight each other.
I remember when WWE had that dumb rule for a minute. They did have that dumb rule for a minute because their one Super Bowl weekend show. I don't know, it was I'm trying to remember, was it a Raw or something like that? It was not Raw, a Sunday, wherever their Sunday show was, because I don't think they had heat yet. Anyway, they had a little Super Bowl match, and then it was like tag team like that, and they had to fight against each other. They was like tagging their teams to face each other. It was crazy.
Or forfeit the match. What? What possible set of rules would it make any logical sense for one partner to have to fight the other? What advantage could they...
The cool part about that little spot, they was fighting each other. And they did a headbanger bump at one point too, and then before tagging somebody else in.
Possibly gain from fighting one another. This is a elimination match. Were the headbangers supposed to eliminate themselves? Surely that would just cause this simulation that we're living in to crash.
Lord.
I have nothing else to say about this match. I'm glad Doug Furnas got a WrestleMania payday. Number 4, Hardcore Holly versus Al Snow versus Billy Gunn, WrestleMania 15.
That was not.
I think this match was designed specifically to piss me off. It would be difficult for me to find any 3 wrestlers that I could dislike.
That was questionable. Yeah, I think this the WrestleMania era was bad, but that was questionable to open with that. That was very questionable to open with that.
More than these 3. But I may just be
Good
extra mad
matchup,
at Billy Gunn for spawning his booty boy sons. Hardcore matches often get a bad rap for being aimless nonsense with no story, no psychology, and no structure. And while it is not fair to paint the entire genre with that brush, this match sure does fit the bill. Al Snow grabs a hockey stick, prompting the crowd to chant "Let's go Flyers," which subtracts a star from this match because the Flyers. They grab a broom, prompting Lawler to ask if they have curling in this building too, which adds a star back to the match because curling is as Canadian as a beaver tail. And you know how everyone gets new gear for WrestleMania these days? Did Hardcore Holly not get the memo that he was going to win a match at WrestleMania, stealing Madcap Moss's old gear for the biggest show of the year and winning the Hardcore title in a dog shit match wearing the most uninteresting gear possible?
Right.
Number 3, the WrestleMania 14 Tag Team Battle Royal. There is absolutely no reaction to 95% of what happens here.
This is the one they say was horse shit. This is say it was a bad WrestleMania. Aside from except for the main, the couple matches, including the main, they say this was a horse shit. WrestleMania, and I see why.
Because somehow this match manages to simultaneously have nothing happening and everything happening at once. This match is just white noise manifested into physical form. The camera misses half the eliminations because there are just bodies getting chucked out with no rhyme or reason, and this match has the stupid rule of if one member of the team is eliminated, the whole team is eliminated, so you will just...
Really? That was their rule? If one... Yeah, like you said, F this match. F this guy got the little man on the side, but still, he's sleepy hearing, but yeah, fuck this match. Wow. That was, I mean, is there too much going on? Oh my god, look at the tag teams they had on there. Yeah, the Godwinns, the Bodacious... What was they calling it? Wherever the Bodacious Bob and Bodacious Bart. I forgot what there was a new version of some kind of tag team because they had the old NWA shit. Oh my god! And then the Godwinns are redneck hillbillies instead of the pig farmers. And of course you got JBL Bradshaw as part of the Blackjacks, man. Oh my god! Yeah, the only cool tag team was the Road Warriors and the Headbangers. And whoever Steve Blackman was tagging with, but either way, yeah, this was hot shit.
People leaving the ring voluntarily, even if we did not see their partner get eliminated. I didn't know that the Rock and Roll Express were in this match until Ricky Morton got eliminated.
Yup, it was that damn NWA. I think that's during that NWA little partnership they had for a minute. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express was in there.
Some of the people in this match don't even know the rules of the match, like Mark Henry remaining in the match long after his partner got eliminated. And the teams in this match, holy shit, teams in this match.
Yes.
You get classic duos like the Harris brothers and their SS tattoos.
Well, no, as the Blues Brothers that had that shitty match with LA Power.
The Godwinns and their Confederate printed shirts, Bradshaw and chains, Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor.
Oh, that's what I was wondering who doesn't invest. Oh man, this was before they came too cool. Wow.
And whoever the Recon and Sniper.
Not the truth. It was the truth. Commissioner, not that shitty team. Oh, not that damn team. Bull Buchanan had no damn. Could not find his fitted, man. He had this bullshit. He had the Bull Buchanan with Bossman bullshit, and then the B Square nonsense with John Cena. He could not catch a break. Oh my god.
This is as bad as battle royals can get, folks. Number 2, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 28. Ha ha ha, thought WWE. We'll get one over on the loudest, angriest, and most passionate section of our fan base on the biggest stage possible. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I'm staring right
Considering how great their 2 out of 3 falls match
this.
was at Extreme Rules the following month after this debacle.
Once I'm glad Shane beat Daniel Bryan, but that was bullshit.
You could theorize that Sheamus and Daniel Bryan's World Heavyweight Championship match could have been the best match at WrestleMania 28. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I would prioritize having another potential match of the night on my biggest show of the year over pranking my fan base to the detriment of my show, my top heel of SmackDown, and my top babyface of SmackDown. But hey, I'm not a batshit insane old man that hates his fans. The 18-second match that Sheamus and Daniel Bryan had at WrestleMania 28 may have been the best thing to ever happen to Bryan, considering it ignited a groundswell of fan support that really never stopped all the way up to WrestleMania 30, but it also crippled any chance Sheamus had of getting over with the hardcore fan base as world champion. Whoops, idiots. And number 1, The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Like I said this a while back, Bray had some that had no luck in WrestleMania, man. So I kind of think like him getting hurt and not being put in WrestleMania was a blessing in disguise, because he probably got fucked over again. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Regardless of alignment, regardless of gimmicks, kayfabe aside, he probably got fucked over again because he's not having good. His track record with WrestleMania has not been pretty good, and this was the worst out of them all right here. That bullshit, wherever that bullshit they pulled, this bullshit probably was the reason. I don't know, maybe he was talking about leaving or anything, but I will say this bullshit right here. If he wasn't talking about leaving or whatever, taking a break, then this bullshit definitely helped it right here. This deserved a number 1 spot for that over Daniel Bryan and Sheamus 18-second nonsense. This was pure bullshit right here. That was pure bullshit match. That match, oh my god. That And wasn't this part? It was kind of part of. No, was it part of? No, it was like I think it was the first one after it was almost part of the pandemic. Or it was the one they had right after the pandemic, because it was like the free time. The only time they had a crowd. Then they went back to the Thunderdome. So yeah, they had for that to be the first match. Randy Orton and Fiend back in front of the crowd. You pull this bullshit, yeah.
WrestleMania 37 Night 2. It takes a special kind of bad to top the insulting corporate douchebaggery that was the opening of WrestleMania 28. But while that was indeed bad on an all-time level, sparking a backlash like few other matches, it really isn't a match. This, however, is a garbage match to open Night 2 of WrestleMania 37. Randy Orton has had some bad
the build, I think that's one of the ones that said the build up, the good storyline, shitty matchup. I think that was one of them. But the build up, everything, the Fiend getting burned alive and all that shit, and then all that getting burned alive and all that, then coming back after he's been burned to pull that bullshit. Yeah, did my man dirty. Did him dirty.
Luck with WrestleMania matches, particularly with Bray Wyatt.
Hold on. He probably just said the same that I said where Bray Wyatt luck in WrestleMania. He probably said the same shit I said about Bray Wyatt. Go back.
WrestleMania 37. Randy Orton has had some bad luck with WrestleMania matches, particularly with Bray Wyatt, and it seemed highly unlikely that they would be able to sink lower than their...
Exactly. Another one. Oh, yeah, another one. I mean... This is another one with Bray Wyatt. I think more like Bray Wyatt had the luck. Randy has some luck, but not all.
WWE title Maggots on the Ring match for WrestleMania 33.
God, I forgot about that thing. I forgot about that bullshit. Oh my god. Like I said, they oh my god, they have a bad track record with Bray Wyatt in WrestleMania. So like I said, him getting injured and not be able to compete was a blessing in disguise in a way, because I wouldn't.
Boy howdy, did WWE ever pull that one off. What the was this? This is how you choose to open a show? The return and death of the Fiend.
Exactly.
He steps through the magic portal that heals all his burn wounds, pops out of a giant Fiend in the box, has a match with a Randy Orton who thoroughly does not give a about any of this bullshit, and then loses via distraction because of a melting Alexa Bliss, never to be seen again. WrestleMania 37 Night 2 did a lot to make up for this start. Riddle and Sheamus, Owens and Zayn, Ripley and Asuka, a great three-way main event, but never before or since has WrestleMania opened with a bigger...
Shout Shout out to Iconics.
And that's our list. Make sure, of course, that you...
Yeah. This list was justified. This list was warranted, though. And that deserved that number one spot. That... Oh, my God. Bad taste in my mind. I had to get reminded right there. All that build up for nothing, man. One. Like, number two, another Bray Wyatt match in WrestleMania not going away is whether he was face or heel. Or I say for the heel fans, because they didn't like him losing to John Cena. I didn't care about it because I was rolled about the faces. But off kayfabe gimmick aside, if you didn't care about the alignments, you would say that Bray Wyatt did not have the best luck with WrestleMania matches. The closest I say he ever got was helping Matt Hardy win the Andre Giant Battle Royale and starting the leaders of the world. That's the closest thing. That's crazy, but it wasn't his spot. It was a face turn. But other than that, he hasn't had the best luck with WrestleMania, and so it's kind of blessing Sky. He got hurt and is out of it though. But as long as he don't come back as a heel, I like him as a face. But other than that, the first, like I said, the first one, I'm glad I gave number 10 because it wasn't their fault. It's just unluck moment because of Rick Boots getting hurt. But the Blues Brother, but Chris Master and Carlito was not a good opener against Kane and Big Show. And for the whole alignment thing, they have your biggest guys who are babyface. Kane and Big Show as baby faces though was kind of questionable anyway. But to have them be the big guys to be babyface while these underdogs are heel, then work well with certain wrestling fans who would switch on fans, not me. What we have right? Why would you have Godfather and Bossman them open the match? That'd be a good little mid match, not an opener. Same with Truth and Miz. Yeah, a lot of these were not good openers, and this should have been a little higher. Be honest, the LA Power and Blue Brothers should have been higher. No, it deserved. Nope, got what it deserved. I will say the hardcore match. I guess a hardcore match could have been a little lower than these two. Them two could have the Blues Brother and the that match could have been a little higher than that. That would have went down. But that bumblefuck of a darn elimination tag match definitely deserved a 3 spot. Could have been higher, but the bullshit with Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, not being Sheamus because he's a face, but they kind of did them both. They both got fucked over in that. Somewhat, Sheamus is the worst because he's the baby face, and the crowd wasn't. Or he didn't get over the crowd as a baby face, but Daniel was got over as the heel to hate at the time because he the obnoxious heel to hate because it started the whole thing with him blaming AJ Lee, and he kept like tormenting her every chance he get. This will lead to the whole no nonsense, which came to the face running of the team Hell No, and then the face version of the Yes movement. But other than that, but that Bray Wyatt and the Fiend and Randy Orton Jack and Box bullshit was just what the fuck after all that build up. But other than that, good video. Shout out to WrestleMania. Parts fun known for these videos though. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.